What do we have to do? Well, we have to do two things. We have to make sure we deliver first-class AI products, and we have to make sure we build that winning AI team. I'm David. I look after the AI division at Sage Group, and what I'm going to talk about today is how you can unlock your AI-powered business. But I want to kick off with a quote first. And this quote comes from Sam Altman. And if you don't know who Sam Altman is, he's the CEO of OpenAI, and he's arguably CEO of one of the most powerful AI companies in the world. And what this quote is about is he has this tech CEO group where they're having a bet. They're having a wager. And the wager is, in what year will we see our first one-person, $1 billion company? Now, this is quite an interesting bet, because it kind of defies conventional wisdom that you need more employees to grow. It also suggests that AI is going to get significantly better over time. And I think what it does for me is it evokes this image of product teams rapidly iterating on ideas, trying cost scenarios, different outcomes, and getting to market much quicker. But I think whatever your company size is, whether you're a unicorn or whatever your company size is, I think people are going to get most excited about going to work with small and mighty teams. Now, we've already had a history of small teams generating exceeding value. Now, Instagram, when it was famously purchased by Facebook for $1 billion, only had 13 employees. Now, it was able to generate this massive value with such a small team. Now, what I think is interesting about Instagram is that what they did is they were able to sort of capitalize on an innovation of their time. Like, let's think about when Instagram was created. It was the time when the smartphone, the mobile device came out, and they saw this opportunity for a disruption to the social network, because people didn't want to go to the web. They wanted to be able to take photos and share instantly. So what I think is going to happen is that one-person unicorn that comes out and is able to take advantage of AI will really be about turbocharging their business from that capability. They'll be able to take advantage of that capability. Now, this all begs the question, why is Sam Altman so confident that AI is going to get better? Like, what's he seeing? What are these companies seeing that AI is going to improve? And I want to talk to you a little bit about, and this is as technical as it's going to get, so just bear with me. I know we're a marketing audience here. This is just bear with me. But what these tech companies are observing is that as the model size increases, they get predictable improvement in the capabilities. So as they see this doubling of the model size, it gets better. Like, that's what they're observing. This observation that they're seeing is precisely why there's just so much investment in this space. Why cloud companies are going after it, why all the big players are going after it, because they're wanting to push the boundary of this technology. Another amazing property of these large language models is they actually start to generate emerging capabilities. And let me explain what I mean by that. LLMs are able to perform new tasks that they weren't actually explicitly trained to do so. So this is an image and an animation that's inspired from a Google post. But what it shows is that as these models increase in size, they they unexpectedly have these emergent behaviors. So things like understanding nuances of language, understanding logic and reasoning, and even generating quality code. Now, this all begs two kind of questions. If AI is going to improve over time, and we accept that premise, what must we do? Like, what must we do as professionals, and what must we do as business leaders? And I think those are the two things we need to evaluate. How does this impact my job? And how does this impact the business or domain in which I operate? Those two questions we all must answer. Now, as an individual professional, that's already in motion, right? I'm sure you're all well aware that if you're in marketing, there is text-to-image tools that can generate an image from a prompt. I'm sure you're aware that you can now start generating videos with those prompts. Now, AI isn't going to necessarily take away your job, but the person that leverages AI better than you might. So I encourage you all to get on top of those capabilities. Communications, similarly, right? We've all seen how ChatGPT can generate content for us, whether it's emails or blog posts. Get on top of those capabilities. And if you're in my field, which is in software development, so I'm a software nerd. If you're in my field, I would be encouraging every single one of your engineers to use these tools to be that 10x developer, because it's coming. Now, let me get to the company that I work for. So I work for a company called Sage, and we are invested in building accounting and HR and finance products. So if I was a business owner here, and I was looking at, okay, how do I improve the operations of my business? I'd be looking into companies that are actually investing in AI heavily for those products. So a little bit about Sage. We have millions of customers in small and medium-sized business. And we sort of hear a common thread. We hear from our customers that the challenges are real. Now, we have integrated products in HR, finance, and accounting, but they really struggle with that day-to-day running of a business, and they want to make it easier. Now, from my perspective, that's just a big opportunity, because we really see how AI can sort of enhance things there. Now, there's no doubt that last year with ChatGPT and generative AI, really stealing the headlines, that it's really come into mainstream right now. However, at Sage, we'd actually been preparing this moment for some time, investing in AI long before it was mainstream, and it's really given us a powerful position to be from. But, what was that? That didn't work. Okay, whatever. What I'm showing here with that AI first thing, and as the slide's not quite working there, is that it was actually important for us to start thinking about our challenges from an AI first perspective. So start thinking about every problem that our customer had from that AI first perspective. Now, remember I said at the start of the talk, 2 things to evaluate. How does this impact me as an individual? How does this impact the domain I'm operating? Well, for Sage, it was crucial. And I would argue that whatever business you're in, whether it's marketing, whether it's law, whether it's some other, there is going to be some significant overlaps with how AI could improve your business. So let's take Sage as an example. So Sage is in accounting, okay? It's not the sexiest field in the world. I'm well aware of that. But accounting is almost a pure AI problem. Let's look at the fundamentals of accounting. You want to record transactions. Well, guess what? There's models that can extract the financial documents, get it into the accounting software, effortlessly, bringing that accounting as an automated approach. Let's talk about audit. Again, I get it. It's not sexy, but it's a fundamental tenet of accounting. Now, there are models that can look at your historic data and actually predict whether there are error or fraud or non-compliant activities. So again, a fundamental of accounting being solved by AI. And then financial reporting, a basic tenet. Well, there are predictive models that can look at your cash flow, look at your cash management, and really, take that accounting process and make it an AI problem. So, giving you those insights. So again, an interesting thing, if you model your business as a fundamental AI problem, it actually also starts to continuously improve over time. So Sage had to take this moment to reflect. Let me go back a slide. So if Sage as a business understands that AI has a massive opportunity to enhance our domain, what do we have to do? Well, we have to do 2 things. We have to make sure we deliver first-class AI products, and we have to make sure we build that winning AI team. So Sage is a sponsor of the Six Nations Rugby, and we really are aligning our brand to elite sport. Now, I think there's actually a lot for all of us to learn from how high performance in sport has similarities to high performance in high-performing teams, whether it's a marketing team or a software team or an AI team. So it's very clear for a sports team. They're going after that championship. So, sports, coaches, management, all behind that. At Sage, we had executive buy-in. We're going after winning the directive of AI, and they were very clear on that. When we were building out this team, we made the considered decision to actually meet the talent wherever we could find them. So we were distributed from the outset. Now, sports teams don't limit where they find athletes. They will go after them wherever they can find them. And I think that was a very sort of key sort of decision that worked for us. And the final thing is that I think people succeed and people do their greatest work when it's an environment that suggests that allows you to do that. And I think that doesn't mean you create a pleasant and a nice space. That means you create a challenging, people can have the tough conversations. People can inspire each other to do their best work. I think when you take those aspects, you really build out that great high-performing team. And look, a team is nothing without sort of delivering value and delivering impact. So that second thing we had to do was make sure that we really deliver those first-class AI products. And that meant really sort of reframing our solutions of removing administrative overhead, real-time data and understanding of their business. And this is precisely what we've been doing. But I've been talking about the accelerated mission that we're experiencing. I've been talking about how generative AI and large language models with these new emerging capabilities are really pushing what we have to do. And that's actually what's happened for us with that acceleration. We've really evolved our approach to how we're building products. And I'd like to give you a sneak peek at what we've been working on, because I think it nicely ties everything together. We announced Sage Copilot earlier this year, and it's our generative AI solution that allows business operations to make smarter and faster and better decisions. It's all about realizing for operations that ability to be that small and mighty team that I talked about. And importantly, I think, and I'm going to show you the video of Sage Copilot, but I think importantly, Sage Copilot also represents how Sage as a company continues to invest in those two problems that I talked about at the start. It'll show how we are concerning ourselves with one, the productivity, using AI to improve your productivity, but two, leaning into a technology shift and seeing how does that reimagine our software? So let me play the video. So, if you only take two things away from this talk, I hope you take these two things. Whatever business you're in, whatever area, whatever domain you're operating in, I want you to reflect about how AI is going to impact your business. And two, whatever you do for a profession, whatever role you are taking on, I encourage you to look at the tools out there so you can turn into that 10x professional. Thank you.